I'm Jason Traub. I am 6 feet tall, 235 pounds right now, coming down. Yeah.
What was your last show then?
I compete. My first show and the only show I've done is the Olympia Amateur in December, and now I'm prepping for Junior USA's in May.
How'd you do with that show?
I placed top 6 in Classic.
This was your first show at the Olympia Amateur?
Yeah, it was. I was very happy with the results. I didn't expect it, but it was awesome. So we're gonna try our luck at Junior USA's and see if we can steal a card.
Oh yeah.
Hey everyone, my name is Oneel Ballo. I'm 19 years old. I'm around 209 right now, standing at 5 feet 9. I'm off season right now. We officially started off season about 4 weeks ago, and slowly starting to get back into it, putting on weight. As of right now, I'm staying in Classic, so Classic physique is the goal right now. Hopefully we can do the nationals this year. Haven't decided really on a show yet, but we'll see what happens because of COVID and everything. So,
People, for your last show was you won the overall at the Western?
Yes, I did the Central States. I won overall at bodybuilding and Classic physique. So
overall both.
Yeah. So, and honestly, I never wanted to do Classic. I was always a bodybuilder, but my coach was like, "Hey, let's try Classic for
It's a stepping stone."
Exactly. So once I did Classic, I won the overall. I'm like, you know what? I might as well. I have a pretty good shot at the pro card. So I guess that's the next step for me. So
Awesome.
yeah.
So go ahead and have you guys discuss what you did today, the movements, and what you like about each one?
Okay. Yeah. So we hit a chest day today. We did a lot. It was a very incline heavy day. I mean, we talked it over before, and both of us seem to do like a lot of incline movements. It just seems to build up the part of the chest that we want the most. So we started with an incline barbell press. Pretty high volume.
Yeah.
I think we did like 4 or 5 working sets. Anywhere from like 10 to 20 reps, something like that. Then the next movement we went on to, you remember what that was?
Yeah. So for me, honestly, I've always been. I was talking to Jason about it too. I'm just kind of scared of the flat presses because we were talking about it earlier. A lot of bodybuilders seem to be tearing their chests on flat, and so I like to stick with incline more. So we did an actual incline. We started off with that just to hit the upper chest, and then we moved on to slight incline. It was more of a flat to incline, so it wasn't too much. Yeah, with dumbbells. So the reason we did dumbbells as a second exercise is because we get a deeper stretch, so kind of stretch the fibers out a little bit. And third exercise we did was the chest flies, right? Yeah, chest flies.
Yeah, cable flies, right?
Cable flies, right.
So we took a little. We decided to take a break with the pressing just because we drained so much. We did 2 or 3 pressing movements in a row. So we did a few sets of the flies just to drive more blood in. And then we went right into a superset, another press superset. I think it was hammer strength, or the plate loaded machines.
Yeah.
And that was like an ISO wide and a decline.
Yep.
And we ran that for a few sets, and then the next movement.
Yeah. So I know when I was looking at Jason, he's not used to moving at this kind of tempo.
So he was in the video, I'm sure.
Yeah, he was pretty out of breath, man. But I'll be honest, man, I've never been a strong bodybuilder. I've always been on the weaker side of just doing more volume, more reps, and moving at a quicker pace. So
yeah.
What'd you think of that kind of training style? Because I know you're a pretty strong guy. So
yeah, so, and I mean, I think like strength is all relative, right, to the person. Yeah. Especially in bodybuilding. Like, we're not out here powerlifting. We're using the weight as a tool to grow. But yeah, man. I'm sure you can see in the video. I'm panting. I'm sweating. Oneel's just like big chilling, like waiting 20 seconds in between sets. I'm like hands and knees. It's just clear, like, expose my conditioning. But no, it's great. That's the kind of training I need. So yeah, it was a fun workout.
Yeah. So
It's the next movement we did.
So the next movement that we did was the ISO wide with the decline, the hammer strength press,
yeah.
The superset. So one thing we did differently was the last set. We did a little bit of a kind of Tom Platz training where
manual resistance.
Yeah, manual resistance, and then once the person starts failing, we start helping them on the way up, and then they slow it on the way down. Honestly, we get in the gym, our goal is to break every single fiber in here as much as we can, squeeze every fiber out of it, and then go home and recover and get bigger. So that was the reason we did that, just to get every single fiber working. So I know you kind of had to battle with that one, but I mean,
Yeah.
You saw your chest. It was literally full of blood.
Oh yeah, man, that's what it takes. And like the spotting that I'm sure you'll see in the video is key. From, I mean, he did a great job, and I tried to mirror what he did. It's like a, it's a bodybuilder spot, right? Where you let them get all their reps, and then we go for forced reps, and it's just like you said, we're trying to hit every single fiber, drive all the blood in there. And I mean, we really did it. Like, it was a killer workout today. So, and we so after that, after our superset, did we go right to the finisher?
So after the superset,
the John Meadows flies, or the Mountain Dogs?
We finished the Mountain Dog flies.
Do you want to explain briefly what those are? Just because that was kind of...
Yeah, so that was your first time doing them though, right?
Yep.
So with those, it's more of, so basically when you're going back, you kind of do more of a pullover motion. So you let your elbows guide you back. So what that does, it literally stretches everything out. Now, Jeff, you were asking me earlier if that works your lats. So the reason you do that at the end, it's almost like, think of it as doing squats at the end of a quad workout. Now squats, it works both quads and hamstrings, but if you do it at the end of a quad workout, your quads are already engaged, so quads will be the main focus. So that's the same exact thing. You're focusing more on chest, so all the fibers on the chest are going to start firing up. You're not going to even feel your lats anymore. But one thing I want to mention, though, Jason was talking about, is the spot. We were kind of laughing about it because sometimes I ask people for a spot, and like, they literally just keep me in the hole. I'm like, get me out, yo. I'm like, I'm not worried about how much you help. Like, I'm here to pump the muscle with blood, but don't let me, stuck in that position, because it's dangerous. I've seen a lot of people, stay in the hole for like a couple seconds. I'm like, you're gonna tear something, man. So you did a great job with spots.
Well, thank you, man. I think that really comes down to like training with people that are on the same page as you, right? Oneel and I are trying to do the same thing. We're both trying to grow as bodybuilders, maintain our shape as fast as we can. And I mean, there's going to be variance in everybody's training, but if you're truly trying to do something like the most optimal way, I think that like it's going to be very similar, right? So if he's trying to do the most optimal thing, I'm trying to do the most optimal thing, it's going to be relatively similar in our training. And it showed. We've never trained together, but I mean, we were immediately like cohesive, right? Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's another thing, man. It's about, the people you train with. Like, I've trained with, I can say, a pretty good amount of people, and sometimes it's like you work out with people and it sets you back. And today I trained with Jason, and he's a big guy. He's a huge guy, man. He's over 6 foot, and I'm like 5'9". I'm like, look like his son. But
get the hell out of here.
Because
I'm old as shit. That's why.
So maybe because I'm young too. But yeah, I mean, I saw how strong he is, and it just motivates you. So I'm a pretty big believer in training with people that are stronger than you, because it definitely pushes you. It's like, you train, let's say you train with your girl, man, and like she's pressing, let's say she's struggling with the 30s, and you look at that and you're mentally thinking that 30s are heavy. Yeah. So it just mentally sets you back. But you train with somebody who's just as strong as you or even stronger, it helps you with that extra push. So
I do, yeah. I
yeah.
agree with that.
Overall, it was a great workout, man.
Hell yeah, man. I agree. And just to add to that, like, I don't think you need to train with someone necessarily stronger than you. And the example that I'm going to give is just this workout, right? Yeah. You brought I would say you brought more intensity to the training than I did, which made me match your intensity, right? Mm-hmm. So like just because our strength wasn't matched, like your intensity was better than mine, right? So like it balances out, exactly. Right? Like, so you brought something that I didn't have, and vice versa. So, sure. But yeah.
And then we finish off with triceps.
Yeah,
we just did. Usually, as of right now, my coach has got me doing one muscle group a day, just because, to help me recover a little more, because lately I haven't been recovering, It's been a lot of, school and work and gym, so haven't caught up on sleep and everything. But we only just did two workouts for triceps. We did about 3 to 4 sets, anywhere from 10 to 20 reps, and that was a full workout.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about both your both. Well, let's see. Jason, are you still in off season really right now? Or
so prep is now just getting going. I think we're exactly 14 weeks out, or 13 and some change from Junior USA's. So it's kind of like we're in that weird 2-week phase before prep is like, full pedal to the metal. But the diet's clean. I'm in prep mode, but we're kind of at cruising altitude, right? Until we really hit the ground running.
Let's have both of you guys talk about your diet currently, and then cardio if you're doing anything right now.
Okay, yeah. Diet for me is I'm eating about 4,000 calories, all clean with the exception of 2 planned cheat meals. I get a burger and fries on Saturday, and I get 2 sushi rolls on Wednesday. Other than that, it's 100% clean, and yeah, I've been feeling great with the clean diet.
As far as my diet goes, I've been, let's see. So lately, earlier actually, a couple months ago, I was having about 6,000 calories. That was right after my show on metabolism. Yeah, it was a lot of food, man.
How much clean?
All of it was clean.
Oh.
Yeah, except I had about 1 to 2 cheat meals a week.
Were you just like baby all the time?
It was hard. It was. See, I love food, man, but
6,000 a clean
off season, yeah, I can't think of food. But you know, as you get deeper into the off season, your metabolism starts slowing down a little bit. So I pulled back on the carbs just a little bit. Yeah, I was having around 650 grams of carbs a day. Yeah. So now
garbage disposal.
Literally, now we're down to like 450. Protein is anywhere from let's see, 250 to 300 grams of protein a day, and then fats, they're relatively low. So
50 to 60, something.
50 to 70, somewhere around there. Yeah. So honestly, I haven't had a cheat meal in probably like 3 weeks now. Just never been a cheat meal guy. Like, especially during the off season, I start getting full to the point where I can't even think about food. But once prep starts going, man, food is all I can think about. So it's like there's no in between
Isn't that some
with
shit?
bodybuilding.
It's like
Yeah.
it's
So
like, it's so extreme. You hate food when you have to eat it all the time, and then you go immediately to like, I miss the food so much.
Yeah.
It's like one hell of a sport, man.
Yep.
So for, and how about cardio for both of you guys? Right?
Cardio, just for me right now, it's 10 to 15 minutes a day of like relatively intense, not hit, but I would say like moderate intensity. I aim for that like 120 to 130 heart rate, and I'll just get on like the step mill or the Stairmaster, something like that. And yeah, it's just 10, 15, 7 days a week, and that's going to climb up slowly as we get closer.
Yeah. No, I'm more of maybe that's why my endurance is a little bit better. I don't know. You remember, Jeff, with during prep, man, I used to do crazy types of cardios. Like, man, the intensity would just.
Like what are we talking here? Like how
we're
much?
talking Stairmaster level 15.
So
Yeah.
it was like it wasn't so much the time, it was the
intensity of it.
That'll
Yeah.
kill you when you have no food.
But as of right now, I'm just currently doing four times a week cardio, 30 minutes a day. Nothing crazy, just low intensity.
Walk kind of stuff.
Yeah, sometimes,
Yeah.
you know, on my off days, I like to go to the gym just because, you know, I like being in the gym. So I'll do a
Cardio
couple.
routine.
Yeah, I'll do a couple extra cardio sessions. My cardio is not fasted right now. I haven't done fasted cardio. Just trying to keep as much energy for prep as possible, and I don't want to burn myself out. So that's where we're at.
Smart, man.
Yeah.
For both of you guys, what do you think the biggest mistake when you both, I know you're younger, Oneel, but I'm still, things you've learned, what are your biggest mistakes when you first started competing in bodybuilding and stuff?
I would have to say when I first started competing, it'd be the off season, and just because I had the wrong guidance, getting sloppy in the off season, it takes. I mean, the first show I prepped, I had to lose 55 pounds in 12 weeks. No, over 50. I think it was like 65 pounds in 12 weeks. 12 weeks. So for me, it's important that I keep my cardio, stay somewhat lean, and it just, you know, you build muscle faster, I feel, and that when you're not sloppy, you know.
I agree, yeah.
But
Like there's a sweet spot.
yeah, that would be one of the mistakes, and then just, you know, learning to focus on the muscle, because I feel like this year I've learned a lot more mind-muscle connection when I'm training, and my training has been completely different. I mean, you saw with the contractions during the workout.
I saw it in the training, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm slowly like learning, literally feeling every single fiber in my body. And I guess that just comes with years, you know, of experience and all that.
100%.
But yeah.
Yeah, there's a huge difference in like going through the motions of the movement and being present in each rep, which you were, right? You're feeling every contraction. Yeah. God, what was the question? What were we? Biggest mistake or biggest like, yeah. So this is pretty fresh in my mind, right? So because I'm fresh off my first competition, it would definitely be how I handled my rebound phase. I was telling both of them before we started shooting, I put on 40 to 45 pounds in 8 to 10 days. And it honestly wasn't even from garbage food. It was because I went immediately back into my off-season diet of 5,000 calories, 500 grams carbs of white rice, and I was cranking on the salt, and just like I had edema all up to my knee, like it was just swollen all the way here. I had to go zero carb for 2 days, and I just peed all of it out, and I was 20 pounds lighter in 2 days, which was insane. Yeah, it was crazy, and I felt much better.
A lot of people had that for the first show.
Yeah, it was just insane. And I know it was unavoidable. Everyone said, you know, avoid Chinese food from the salt and all that, but I didn't get away from it either. But luckily I didn't get too messed up from it. But yeah, that's something. I'm going to reverse diet from now on, I think. Yeah.
It can be nasty if you put on for some people.
Yeah.
I would have to say the hardest thing about prep would be the reverse diet.
You want
Man,
crazy, right? Like,
yeah, I was supposed to do 4 weeks, and around week 3, man, I called Enrique. I'm like, you got to get me out of this thing. Seriously, I was just like, I was a train wreck, man. I was like,
very strict reverse, or like?
No, it wasn't very strict, man. It's just like, you enjoy yourself for 2 days, and like mentally, you're like, okay, so that phase is over, and then you try to go back to almost zero carbs.
Yeah,
You're like, screw that, man.
Yeah.
Give me the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I maintained pretty good condition this rebound phase.
Man.
Definitely not the first show. First show, I put on 55 pounds in a week. So, man, it was not healthy. I had to sit in the sauna for like 2 hours to get that salt out of my body, or I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. And, but yeah.
Awesome, man. For both of you guys, people you like to thank, friends, family, sponsors? Whoever?
Yeah, I'd like to thank, obviously, my family. I'd like to thank you, Jeff, for giving us this opportunity to, display our passion and show it to the people, And I'd like to thank all my friends and family and all the people who believed in me. I want to thank people that didn't believe in me as well, because, they gives me a push, seriously. When people doubt me and stuff, it gives me a purpose. And obviously, I want to thank my sponsors, Choose Fit Nutrition. I appreciate you guys, man. Always a blessing. Glad to have you guys and glad to be on the family. Elevate, thank you. Appreciate it. You guys been hooking me up with some great supplements. You guys should check them out, Elevate Supplements. They just launched a new product called Fixate. Great product. It's a pre-workout. And most importantly, I want to thank my coach, Enrique. So, Enrique, brother, if you're watching this, I appreciate you, man. I'm looking forward to a great season with you again. And you guys know who you are, man. I don't have to list names here, but every single person knows how important they are to me. And you guys know who you are. So I appreciate you guys.
So I'd also like to thank my family for putting up with all this. I just want to thank my family for putting up with my nonsense through all this. My friends for the same thing. Alex for being just like my emotional support person. Thank you so much. Jeremy, my coach, and the rest of Team DeSantis. Having you guys in my corner it's been huge. And everybody at PowerHouse EL, I've gotten so much support over the last year, just trying to do this and follow my passion, and all the positivity from you guys has just meant the world to me. Yeah, so I also would like to thank my sponsor, Bro Activewear, Raul. Thank you so much for helping me out and making it possible to go after my dreams. So yeah, and thank you, Jeff, for letting us do this. Thank you, Oneel, for coming out, man. This was a blast. We're definitely training again, man.
Definitely an honor,
Yeah,
man.
this was great.
Workout, yep.
So yeah, this is awesome.